Who's joining me tonight? Hello. Let me see. Yes, I am live. So it's saying hi. Right, let's get a card going. So tonight I'm live on Facebook and Instagram. So hi, if anybody is going to join me, pop a comment in. I'd love to know who's here. And I'm going to get started with a card for us all to see what energy is coming out tonight. Now, if you haven't felt it, we have had huge energy at the minute. So we've had it's the Jupiter conjunction with Neptune, I think. Now, I'm not an astrologist, so I'm not brilliant with the names. But basically what it is big energy around shifting us to where we want to be. So this week's podcast episode was so key for that as well. It was perfect timing. So let me see who's on. Hi, Alison. Hi, Ian. Oh, nice to see you. Not seen you for ages. Right, let's get a card started to see what energy's coming in. So with this conjunction that's happened, it really is about thinking where you want to be, future focused. What are those big dreams? What is that big energy you want? Not all the shoulds, not what you think you should have, not what you think you're worth, what you actually desire. Those big ones that scare the hell out of you, that is what you should be going for. Because we're not here to play small. And we've got release control. Now, did we not have this card last week as well? This is coming up. So this is really about surrendering to the flow. This is about setting that big vision and letting it take course. Let the universe bring you exactly what you need to align you to where you need to go. All you have to do is follow the breadcrumbs. And tonight's episode, which we're going to be talking about, the podcast episode, you literally cannot go wrong. You cannot fail. You have never failed in your life. When you listen to the concept tonight, it is going to give you so much power. And it really is about releasing control and seeing that everything aligns up for you, because it does. Even the things that we don't think are good, they give us they build up skills, they give us certain things. And it's in our minds that we say they're not good. It's not necessarily the universe's take on it. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, release control, surrender to that flow. All right. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to this week's podcast episode, I talked about you cannot literally make a mistake. So I've been getting loads of downloads before I recorded this podcast episode, and loads of information around my next step and other people's next step and where you want to go, where you want to be. And once you get really clear on that big vision, and you might not be 100% clear, you don't need to be, you might only have an idea at this minute. You might only think, well, that would be nice, that life, that would be lovely. And if you've ever struggled about thinking how to get clear on what that dream life is, write down five dream lives that you would love to be living. If you had ultimate money, ultimate possibilities, what are your 5 dream lives that you'd really love to do? And this gets your creativity going. It gets you thinking in a different way and gets you opening up to go, what is it I actually do want? So try that exercise, get a journal out and just journal out, what do your 5 dream lives look like? Give them a bit of power, story tell, get into the imagination. It's going to feel so good. So once you've done that and you have a bit of clarity on where you want to go, you cannot make a mistake. It's like all roads lead to Rome. So whatever path you take or whatever feels good in that moment and you launch into it, it will get you to that desire. If you keep following the inspired action, keep following what lights you up, it will get you there. Even if you follow the things that don't light you up, you will be served with a redirect and you will get there anyway. So just think about this in context that you cannot possibly make a mistake. Even if you go down a route that has a little detour, the universe will serve you the detour to get you back on track. So you can't make a mistake, and every detour we have, we learn something amazing. So actually, the detours that we think are the wrong ones or the mistakes, we've learned something that we were maybe meant to learn to get us to where we need to be. So maybe your big dreams require you to build up a level of abundant, wealth mindset. So they might have to put you through a bit of turmoil around your money so that you start to change your mindset round. It might be something to do with your health. So you might want to build up resilience and strength and, mental resilience, and know that you can get through anything. So there's all sorts of things that could be put on your path to build you up, to get you where you need to be. And we're often thinking that that's because we've made a mistake, or it's because we've failed in some way, or it's because, we're getting a bit of bad luck. And actually the universe is getting you prepared for what you've asked for where you actually are meant to be, and where, what your big desires are. And some of these desires, they'll have been chosen at a soul level. So you'll have chosen before you come into this earth. And actually, you'll have planned how you're going to get there a little bit. So we put all this pressure on ourselves, all this stagnation, thinking, what's our next step? I cannot make a mistake, so I've got to choose the right thing to do. And actually, we stay stuck, and we're meant to be moving forward. We're not meant to be staying stuck. But we're staying stuck because we're letting our ego, we're letting our persona, our version of us that thinks it knows everything and doesn't really, we're letting that version run the show, where really we need to be freeing ourselves and releasing the control to that spiritual guidance, to that intuition, following them nudges, following them niggles, following what lights you up, the stuff that feels good. The stuff that feels good that much that it scares the life out of you, that is where you're meant to be going. If you don't feel fear, then you are stuck. You're in your comfort zone. You're bored. If you don't feel fear, you are going in the wrong direction. That's the time when you think, right, I need to start walking. I need to start moving forward. I need to start doing something, because actually I'm not moving at all. If you are feeling no fear, you are not moving, you are staying still, and that's just gonna not get you anywhere. It'll just take this whole process a lot longer, and ultimately, you won't be as happy. So it's all about taking inspired action, taking action that feels right in that moment without worrying about the long-term goal. The long-term goal is taken care of. You are taken care of. So imagine that feeling that you cannot possibly make any mistake. What would you do if you thought you cannot make a mistake? If you were going to leap into something and thought there is absolutely no way I can make a mistake, then, what would you be doing? And I've just realised now I wasn't actually live on Instagram. So apologies, but I will post the video for anybody who has missed it. But if you come on, you can ask any questions. So Alison, Ian, let me know. I don't know whether comments are coming through, but let me know whether this resonates, whether you feel like you procrastinate sometimes, whether you feel like you just swell around saying, is this for me? Have I made a mistake? Should I have done that? Should I have, I don't know, bought whatever or signed up to whatever? Or, do you panic all the time before you do things, rather than thinking, does this feel good? Is this just my next step? Because I cannot physically make a mistake. So start to think of it in that terms and pop in if that resonates with you. I don't know whether comments are coming through. But as well, this frees up all of the energy from the past as well. So if you start to think of all the energy that you have been building up, thinking, I've went wrong in my past, things haven't worked, things should have worked better than they have, and I've made this mistake in the past, and you're always constantly thinking, what if I did this? What if I did that? what if this was different? And we're in this space of always questioning our past decisions, thinking, what if I should have done this? What if this had have happened? What if that had have happened? And actually we end up what ifing all over ourselves, just like the should-in all over ourselves. So think of you when you're making decisions. Are you looking back at the past and going, well, what if this could have happened? Or are you thinking, should I be doing this? And it's always should I, or this is what I should be doing. And we don't have any shoulds in our desires. There is no this is what I should be doing in your true soul desires. And remember, your soul desires are your soul's GPS system. So we're worried about where do we go next? What do we do? We've just got to get clear on what we desire, and the path opens up. The next step aligns. So we're busy trying to plan out a route of where we're going, and the universe is saying just get clear on what you want, and then we start to bring you things that get you to that place. Now that's really as simple as it is, but we overcomplicate things in our mind because we love a process, we love a plan, and we love to think that we know the best way. And we do know the best way, but the best way is often that intuition, that guidance, them niggles, them nudges, them desires. That's actually your decision maker coming through from your higher self. And it's not but what we do is we think, no, that can't make sense. So we listen to the ego side of us, and we end up missing out or not moving forward because we're not actually listening to the part of us that knows the route already knows the way. So we don't make a mistake by listening to the ego, but we do take our time, and it sometimes takes a lot longer. So when we're thinking we're stuck, it's because we're listening to the ego instead of, taking on board what we're actually doing and who we're meant to be listening to. So I sometimes do question, if I went down another path, how would my path have been? Yeah, Alison, time to throw all of that out. That is not, you were meant to be exactly at this place, exactly at this moment, and that is it. There's no wrong path, because like I said, this is getting you to where you're meant to be. So there might be bigger desires to come out, there might be bigger things, but you are meant to be doing it from this place. So don't bring that into question. There is no what if. You have never ever in your life, even though it feels like it, and you'll have told yourself off and you'll have told yourself that things weren't good enough, you've never actually made a mistake. Everything worked out perfectly and exactly how it should have been to get you to that next place. So imagine that. Imagine just letting all of that go now. How freeing would you feel if you could just release it and go, yeah, this is perfect timing, total alignment with where I'm meant to be. And this is what this is about. This card is all about everything coming together. We've got the stones round her. She's in total alignment, total balance, and she's just releasing control to say, yeah, I'm here to be guided. What is my next step? And that is exactly what we need to be doing. But by worrying about the past, one, it wastes your imagination, because it takes your imagination away from what you should be doing in the future. And also it brings up all them negative energies to think, well, I could have done better. And what we end up doing is lowering our vibration. So we get down into those feelings of guilt, feeling of resentment, feeling of, like pain, anger, all of that stuff. And really, it's just our thoughts taking us there. We can't change it. We can't go back. We can't reverse the past. We can't do any of that. So actually sitting thinking of it now, it's just a complete waste of energy and waste of time and waste of emotion. So imagine just letting it go and how freeing that will be. Oh, I love that, Alison. Big smiles and shivers. I must say, what if, or if only, at least a dozen times a day. Yes, Ian, that needs to come completely out of your vocabulary. Can't even say that word. Vocabulary. and just clear that out. There is absolutely no what ifs. There is no bad or good in this universe that's served to us. And I know that's a really tough concept to get round, especially when I know your struggles you've had as well. But imagine if all of this is to get you to somewhere else. Imagine if this struggle isn't actually what it's about. Imagine it's about the next place. So the place where this is, building you up for. Imagine where this is getting you ready for. And the universe, unfortunately, doesn't know good or bad. All it knows is situations and alignment. And what it does, it puts different situations or challenges or things in our way, not to test us in any way, shape or form, but just to get us to that next place. And like I said, it is our persona and our ego that comes in and tells you whether it's good or bad, because that's our individuality that has that perception. And it's not necessarily what the universe is meant to be doing. It's just getting you ready, it's getting you prepared, it's getting you to that next place. So we often think of challenges, but actually these challenges are signs that you are realigning to where you need to be. So get really clear on where you want to be. And actually, if you've never done this before, don't panic. You can change the trajectory and the course at any point. You can change your desired path at any point. Once you choose that this is where you're going to go, everything starts to align. So it really does start to come together. And what happens with our minds are so clever. But what we do, we project into the future, and our minds go in and out of consciousness. And what happens is it's like they put together a form of slides. And the thing is, when we're projecting out to the future, which we're doing all of the time, and now, we're thinking about what we don't want half of the time. We're thinking about what if, and we should be doing this and we should be doing that, instead of what is it I actually desire. So what we're finding is this: once the slides are getting put in place, there are all these things that we don't actually want. So now we've got to go, right, blank slate, what is it I do want? And then you align to that frequency, and the slides start to take shape and form and become your new path. And it's unbelievable how it works. And I think, back to my life years ago, I could not have written what happened since my life turned around and what's, changed and different. I couldn't have written, leaving Carl and moving forward and all that type of stuff. It just was not on my radar. And all I seen was a glimpse of a desire. And I went, right, I am following that. And everything else started to align in whatever way, shape or form it needed to get me to where I needed to be. So you don't have to plan the path, because you cannot physically plan the path. You cannot physically know all of the routes that you could take to get you to those desires. And we're not meant to. We've got to just release that control, which is such an amazing card for tonight, for this coming up. So let's see what people are saying. If anybody's got any more questions or anything, pop it in the comments as well. Let me know. I'll just refresh them. But yeah, so from now on, I don't want anybody saying what if, or if you catch yourself, because awareness is key. So once we start, catching ourselves do this, replace it with, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I am at peace with my past. It got me to where I am today. And that's it. Imagine saying that. Imagine the power in saying that. And also, start to think of, right, no, that looking back, looking at what I should be doing, all of that stuff, that's not what I want now. So where is it I want to go? And start keeping realigning. So it's like you're re-leveling yourself when this happens. You kind of become aware of the thought, acknowledge it, know that it's your ego, and then just let it realign and move forward into where you want to be. And you can start to shift things very, very quickly. So yeah, it really can happen quick. So I think there's no more comments coming through. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But As it's Easter as well, I've got an extravaganza for you. Hope you love that little pun. But I'm going to extend the opening of the doors to the Soul Aligned Business Bootcamp. So Alison has already signed up, which I'm super excited about. But there is places for more people. So if you are ready to really get clear on that vision of where you want your life to go, how you want your business to be part of that, and what energy you want to bring to that. And this is like no limits energy. This is big, big energy. If you are ready and you are clear on that, then come and join. We're going to be shifting. If you don't have the clarity, or you're just starting in business, or you have an idea or a concept, this will help you because it'll give you a good grounding. But also, if you are in business and you've been running your business for a while, it will give you that up level to take you to that next level. Once I started putting my energy into my business and really associating with the energy of that millionaire CEO, the one who's already made it, the one who has literally got that life I want to live, once I started aligning to that frequency, everything started shifting and everything started moving in my business and changing actual course of direction. So think about how much yours could uplift once you step in and embody that person. So now my abundance mindset is on point. My clarity is coming through, my inspired action, my creativity has gone through the roof. Sometimes I have to calm it down, which you've all probably seen. I do get a bit excited and I literally could like fire out so many things to you, but I do have to rein things in. So all of that stuff, has come through aligning with that energy, embodying that energy and becoming that next version of me already now. It's already in me, it's imprinted, it's there, it's done. That future is happening, and that comes from getting really clear, embodying, and then working on how you do the mechanics of it all. So how you attract in the right people, how you put yourself out there, how you regulate your own energy. Honestly, it's going to be so good. So if you haven't signed up yet, come and join. Because it's the first time I'm running this 6 weeks, I am gonna offer it at this low price, but only this time only. Next time it's launched in June, it will be a higher price. So the value and the content is going to be through the roof. So I know it's only 6 weeks, but it's going to be amazing. And I cannot wait to see how much people get out of it. So honestly, even though it's at this low price now, it really isn't going to stay there. So if you want to join at this price, grab it now and just come on this amazing journey with me. Because this is one of them things where I went, what if you just couldn't make a mistake? What if you just couldn't go wrong? Like this whole week's been about, what would your next step be and what would light you up to talk about? And this idea come to me in the bath. It was incredible because I just went, right, what if I could never make a mistake? What would I want to be talking about? And that is what come through. So think about what you could free yourself up for if you let yourself feel into that energy and feel into what feels really, really good. So I can't see, another couple of people have joined. So pop a comment in, say hi. Any questions on tonight's topic, because it is a big one and I know it can be a big concept to get your head around and think about. Well, it's a different way of thinking, and it's a completely free way of thinking as well. It is so good for your energy, but it's hard sometimes to think, well, I'm still a little bit scared to make that mistake. And the thing is, what we've got to do when we're in that situation, it takes that 20 seconds of insane courage. And that is it. Once you've leapt, there's no going back. Once you've took that leap, that's it. And the scariest bit is the leap. And the thing is, when we start something or try something new, it's meant to feel uncomfortable. And imagine this now, if you're all sat there, right? I want you to do this. So cross your arms, all right? Then release. Now I want you to cross your arms the other way. So not the way that you did it, but the other way. Now I can't really do that at first. That feels so uncomfortable. I don't know whether you can see that, but I go like that. And then to do it that way, it feels so weird. But if you kept doing that, like I did that then, just natural, and I did that, I can do it now. But if you do it the first time, it feels uncomfortable, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not going to become your new normal. So think about that. The first time is always going to be uncomfortable, and that is okay. Let's normalize the discomfort. Let's normalize that things aren't going to feel great the first time we do them, but it'll soon become your new normal. Now, honestly, when I first started going live on Facebook, it used to scare the life out of me. I used to have to be prepared. I used to stand there and I'd be quite quiet and shy. Now look at me, I'm all bloody jazz hands and like all over the spot. And it's just my new normal now. I couldn't imagine not doing it. But at the first one, oh my God, I was so scared. I think I prepped myself up for about 30 minutes beforehand. So think about what you could do if you let go of that fear and just went, it's going to feel uncomfortable, and that's all right. Ian saying, I'm not so much scared to make a mistake, just spent far too long in my comfort zone. Yes. And your comfort zone wants to keep you comforted. And that's the thing. And it doesn't care if you're bored. It doesn't care if you are miserable. It just wants to keep you in that place it knows. So, Ian, I'd love to pose this question to you tonight. What would you want to do with your life? And the thing is, we don't have to make that leap now. But by saying it, what would you love to do? Then it starts to align you with where you need to be. It starts to bring different opportunities in and different ways of thinking. And actually things start to line up without you even realizing it. So maybe have a think and do that 5 dream lives exercise and start to get clear on, well, what would I want if I had no limits? If Rachel isn't just talking bonkers, what could I do? What could I do with this life? What would those 5 dream lives be? And start with that exercise. It's going to be so powerful for you. And start doing things that make you feel slightly uncomfortable and start moving out that comfort zone and seeing how much magic comes into your life. It really, really will. I'm super excited to see about that. You need to keep me posted on that as well. So I will pop a link into the Soul Aligned Business Bootcamp for anyone who wants to join. But as well, I did offer for anyone who doesn't have a business, I offered a discount for Manifest Your Magnificent Life. So Manifest Your Magnificent Life is the manifesting course. It's my 6-step process that got me through basically where I started to where I am now. It is really powerful. Steps you through your vision. It steps you through asking the universe. Steps you through clearing your beliefs, getting into vibrational frequency that you need to be, and then surrendering so that everything falls into place. So if you are ready and you want to learn more about this, you want to start your own journey, then that is available at a 50% off when you pay in full. So I'll put the code in there as well. I'll put all the links in, but there is stuff for everyone. So, don't just sit there and think, this is great, but where do I go next? There's courses there for you. There's all this information I put into my courses so that I can literally share this with you and take you on this journey. Like the whole point of what I'm doing is not just to sit here and tell you about how amazing my life is now, because it really is. But what it's about is how I can bring you on this journey with me, because we all have this power. It's not like suddenly somebody come down with like a lightning bolt and went, Rachel, there you go. Everybody has this. Everyone has this ability. And that's the thing. We need to start tapping into it, because all the stuff that we think we should be doing or all the what ifs, they're the lie. That's not true. So we need to start bringing our energy up, bringing our vibration up, and getting to exactly where we need to be. So if you're sat there thinking, I don't have a business, but I want to learn more, then Manifest Your Magnificent Life is absolutely perfect. It takes you through the whole journey, step by step. It gives you journaling prompts, meditations, like video tutorials. You get it all in that course. That is my core program to get you started on this journey, to get you really going in the direction you want to go. So if you're interested in that one, I will pop the links in. And if you follow me on Instagram, it is already in the link at the top. So let me have a look what people are saying. Thanks for that answer, Rach. It's given me some real energy and drive to make that list. Yes, can't wait to hear about it, Ian. And if you're brave enough, pop it in the group. Tell us your 5 lives, because putting that energy out into the universe is incredible. And this is a safe space. So if you're brave enough, pop it in there. I can't wait to hear what they are going to be. All right. Now, I will love you and leave you. Thank you for taking part and all your comments. It's been amazing. And remember, let go of the control. We don't need to know the how. We just need to say where it is we're going. And you've got until Monday at midnight to sign up for either the Soul Aligned Business Bootcamp or get Manifest Your Magnificent Life at 50% off, which is huge. So if that's for you and you're ready for that and you can pay in full, then that is when you get that discount. So incredible. And I will catch you all soon. Anyone on the replay, loads of love, and I'll come in and look at your comments. All right. Night, everyone. Bye.